Now guys, we have a lot of things that determine how good you are or how good you're going to become in this game, but two things actually stand out, and that is your sensitivity, and the second one is your HUD. In this video, I will be teaching you the easiest and the simple way to actually get your perfect sensitivity in 2024. And in the next video guys, I'm going to be teaching you guys what you need to know or what you need to put into consideration to move from 2 fingers to 3 fingers to 4 fingers, or you can even add your toes to it. So be sure to stay tuned for the next video, and of course like this video and follow the creator. Now guys, you need to know one thing: a lot of people are out there showcasing their skill, which is nice and interesting to watch. I am here teaching you guys how to be as good as them. So the least you can actually do is show your appreciation, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. Now guys, for the record, these are the things you're going to be getting in this video. I will be teaching you how to get your perfect sensitivity the easiest way in 2024. I will be sharing with you my color settings. I will be sharing with you my footstep settings, that is my audio settings, and I will be dropping my personal sensitivity, and of course I will be showing you my HUD. So there's a lot of things you need to learn in this video. Up until now, what majority of you guys know about sensitivity is that when you're able to turn 180, you've gotten your perfect sensitivity. Well, that's not totally true. That is why we realize that even though you are able to turn 180, you still feel like there's something off about my sensitivity. Yes, that is because 180-degree turn is only one part of the sensitivity. Now, sensitivity is actually divided into 3. The first sensitivity is your reaction sensitivity, the second is your crosshair placement sensitivity, and the third is your overall firing sensitivity. These are the 3 sensitivity that can make you extremely better in the game. So you learning only one part of the sensitivity and then you think you're good is totally wrong. Now guys, take a look at these options. These are the options that give people a lot of stress in the game, but trust me, they're actually the most easiest to figure out. But what people are actually waiting for is someone to tell them this one is actually better than the other. Now trust me on this guys, let me make things easy for you. Regardless of the option you pick on this list, none of them is actually better than the other. It just depends on what you want. Now let me teach you how I actually got mine. I didn't watch any video. All I just did was I used fixed speed, I use distance acceleration, and then I also use speed acceleration. Now at the end, I only picked the one that actually worked best for me, which is distance acceleration. And this is because as an aggressive player, both fixed speed and speed acceleration is not giving me the reaction time that I want. So I sincerely recommend that you hop into the training ground or you use each and every one of these option for at least 2 days straight, so that you can actually determine the one that works best for you. There's nothing like fixed speed is better than distance acceleration, or understand what I'm trying to say. Now for my aggressive player out there that don't really have the time to start testing the rotation mode, I recommend you choose distance acceleration, as this is the fastest of all the 3. Now guys, you need to know this as well. Fastest does not necessarily mean it's the best. I mean, you need to take your time to get used to it and master each and every bit of the sensitivity. Now guys, in this video I won't be proving the theory that distance acceleration is actually the fastest of all the 3. This should be an assignment for you guys. Hop into the training ground and confirm it yourself. Now all that being said, let us move to the 3 aspects of sensitivity, and that is proper crosshair placement, your reaction time sensitivity, and finally your overall firing sensitivity. Let us start with the proper crosshair placement. Now guys, when it comes to proper crosshair placement, there is no magic. All you need to do is train your muscle memory. Make sure your crosshair or the dot in the middle of your screen is not facing down or way up. Always make sure it's always on the middle, the chest level of the enemy, so that you can get your fast TTK and as well as headshots. Now aim god, what sensitivity do you need to adjust to have a very good crosshair placement? Trust me guys, all you just need to adjust is your acceleration value, and that is all. Now guys, the only advice I have for you when it comes to having a proper crosshair placement is make sure you center your crosshair at all time, and the only way for you to build that muscle memory is to make sure you play multiplayer when you are constantly engaging in gunfights. Now moving on to the next part of the sensitivity, which is your reaction time sensitivity. This is by far the easiest of them all, which is the regular way we've been teaching you how to get your perfect sensitivity, and that is up into the training ground, and then if you are able to turn your 180 easily with no stress, it simply means you've gotten your perfect sensitivity for your reaction time. Now, what sensitivity do you need to adjust to actually have a very good reaction time? And that is still your acceleration value. Now guys, as you can see, the acceleration value actually plays the most important role when it comes to basic sensitivities. So guys, after listening to this, I believe you now know the reason why your content creators have been telling you if you are able to turn 180, you've gotten your perfect sensitivity. It is basically to help you react to various situations and circumstances as fast as possible. So guys, note this: if you're unable to turn 180 on your first try, make sure you decrease or increase your acceleration value, as that is the only thing that can actually hinder you from turning 180 and having your perfect reaction time sensitivity. So guys, all that being said, have this in mind: the sensitivity we just concluded are majorly for movement. So we just concluded movement sensitivity. Let us move on to the main sensitivity that actually determines your accuracy and how good you're going to be in the game. As we all know, movement without accuracy is totally disgusting. I mean, you can't slide your enemy to death. You have to shoot at a point. Now guys, before we move to the firing sensitivity, what about the standard sensitivity? What does it actually do? Now guys, I actually changed my standard sensitivity, and trust me, there is no difference. It's just the same. So I actually recommend you leave your standard sensitivity the same value as your acceleration value. As you can see, there is no difference. Either I put it on 300 or 0, my movements still feel the same. Now moving on to the bread and butter of today, make sure you have these settings on. Sync ADS FOV to scope zoom. This is the settings that actually helps you reduce your visual recoil and makes it look as if there is no recoil on your weapon. Now if you are going to use these settings, make sure you do not turn it on for your sniper, your 8x scope, your system scope, or your 4x. Now in reality, I sincerely don't know why you will be using all those scopes. So for your sniper, just leave it like that, because it helps you whenever you turn sync ADS FOV to scope zoom. It reduces the amount of magnification on your sniper. That is, your zoom level will be a little bit hindered and reduced. So do not use it for your sniper, but of course you can use it for every other thing on this list. If you use 4x, 6x, 8x scope on any assault rifle, I don't know what kind of demon you are, then you can actually leave it to also reduce your visual recoil. Now guys, your camera ADS sensitivity is only used for two things: to pre-aim and also to flick. Now have it at the back of your mind that a lower sensitivity will result to under flicking, while a higher sensitivity will definitely result to over flicking. So you need to choose your sweet spot. For me it is 120, but you need to look for the sweet spot that actually work well for you. So guys, that actually conclude everything you need to know about camera ADS sensitivity. Of course, you can see there are a lot of options here. They are still the same thing. You just need to adjust them for the scope you're actually using. For me, I don't really use any scope on my gun, but if you're the kind of person that use it, of course you need to set it to your personal preference. Now guys, this final part of the sensitivity, I need you to pay close attention to it, and I want you to waste as much time on this section as possible, because this is a game changer. Now take a look at this firing sensitivity and take a look at this value. Now this is my shooting at 100 ADS fire sensitivity value. This is my ADS sensitivity at 200. And finally, this is my ADS firing sensitivity at 300. Now guys, I believe when it comes to sensitivity, you now know what part of your sensitivity you need to adjust and what part of your sensitivity you need to focus on. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love, brothers.